What's going on, good people? What's going on? Y'all know what time it is. It is Wind Down Wednesday. We are back here. It's a very, very good day, regardless of the snow that we're getting. The traffic is backed up tremendously. I'm praying that everybody gets home safely here in the city of Cincinnati, state of Ohio. But hey, y'all know who I am. I'm Sandy. I'm sitting here with my girl.
Hey, it's Chanice. What's up, you guys? Thanks for tuning in. Wind Down Wednesday. Same time every week. It's a new hump day. So, what's going on, sis?
Hey, nothing, just trying to keep it humping on this wind down Wednesday. That's all I'm trying to do, trying to maintain and keep things humping. If I could make it over that hump, I make it over the hill, and it's good. It's been good. It's been a good day. It's been some really, really, really good weeks. So, and that for that, I'm grateful and I'm thankful. So, other than that, I'm good. So, how about you? How are you and the family doing?
We doing great. We hanging in there. This weather is just I think it's just been a long time coming. So can't
Yes,
complain about it
yes.
because it's been
Now,
a couple years since we've had anything. So
anything
I'm kind
major
of
like this.
right. I'm excited not to be driving in it, but to be at home chilling. So
Correct,
yes.
correct. What's going
Hey,
on,
Robert.
Robert?
Thanks for
Our favorite guy right
tuning in. You
there. What's
know
our
it.
favorite guy right there? So, what's up,
Yes.
Robert? We thank you for tuning in. Thanks for checking us out on this lovely Wind Down Wednesday. And y'all know how we do it. We bring it to you because we like bringing it to you. We talk about it because we love talking about it. But
That's right.
we are not experts. We don't profess to be therapists or anything like that or
Not at all.
professionals in this field, but we do bring you life experiences,
That's it.
things that we know, things that we've talked about, things that we've heard people talk about, topics
Hmm.
that people want us to discuss. So today, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it all over again. There's a whole lot of things that we would love to talk about, but jumping off the bat, let's just
Right.
get this out
Let's
the
get into it.
way. Okay. We have all done some crazy things in our life. We really have. I mean, we really have done some crazy things in our life. But who in their right mind would put some pretty much, I call it cement, because that's pretty much what it is, in your hair to keep it slicked down? Now, we've all done some crazy things. So, what's the
Oh,
most craziest thing that you've done? But what do you think about the female that put the glue all in her head, not just on the sides, to keep it down? Like she saturated her head with glue. I mean, glue that can hold pretty much anything together.
it's definitely not funny. It's very sad. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna speak for women in general. I think we have all been there with our hair.
Correct.
We have been to a place where we just want to take a clipper, myself included, not that long ago, and just say forget it, buzz it, and go about your day because you're
Right.
tired of it. You're tired of, there's maintenance if it's long, there's maintenance if it's short. If you got hair on your body anywhere, it is maintenance. So
Absolutely.
I'm sad for her. I think that it probably was just impulse. I haven't seen the video, but my daughter told me about it, and I was just like, I guess, it went from, oh, I'm kidding to, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So anything, just be careful. Try to think out your thoughts. There are going to be times in life where you're going to be frustrated with things, but you have to think about the consequences on the end. So I'm hoping that the young lady got some help. I hope she's okay. I'm pretty sure she lost her hair and probably saw some of her scalp. So,
I'm sure.
um, but yeah, that wasn't a smart thing to do, definitely.
No. But the thing about it is, it's like if you need, I'm sure there were other products that can be used if you were trying to, I guess she was trying to lay her edges down or make her hair
Hmm.
slick or
I
whatever.
get it.
I mean,
I
but
mean, I get it. The most, in my knowledge, there may be other things, but gel works for some people. Some people it doesn't. There's the Got to Be Glued. That's the latest thing now.
Who?
You got the Pump It Up spritz. There's a lot of
What
different
you say?
products that
The glass can be glue. What? Not that I need it, but
Got to Be Glued. It's a
oh,
product
got
that's in a
to
can
be
that you.
glue.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
a lot of ladies are using it to hold down their lace fronts, but you can use it to just slick it on a ponytail. It's pretty firm, but your hair is not meant to stay in one position for months on end. You want it to hold down for an event or something like that,
Right.
yeah, but it just was a little extreme for her to do something like that.
I think so too. And my thing is, I don't know if she even have kids or anything like that, but from my understanding, I think she might have been an educator or something, or she was a teacher or is a teacher or something like that. But at what point do you realize and where and how do you explain doing that, something like that to your class, to the students in your class, if you are an educator and if that's what you do? How do you explain doing something you thought was, I don't know, would solve the problem or whatever the case may be? How? What? You know?
If anything, I always say life's lessons is the biggest teacher. So if anything, it definitely was a lesson on what definitely not to
Right.
do to your hair. Unfortunately, it had to probably costing her a lot.
Yeah.
Probably emotionally and embarrassment, etc. So I just feel like maybe she wasn't thinking. I don't know.
It's really crazy. I mean, it's unexplainable. And that's pretty much, I guess I don't know what else to say about it, but I know we've all
And
done some crazy things.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty insane. I mean, I have a cousin who liked to do the tracks, and this before the technology with the wigs and the hair bonding stuff has just really gotten you know increased in so many areas. But she was willing to um put nail glue, like super glue, on a track just to keep in her head. And I'm like, girl, do not put that on your track. Do not put that in your head. She was that desperate basically to just, she wanted it to hold in. And I'm like, I'm not helping you do that. I'm not doing that. You shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's not that serious. So, but
And I
yeah, I
get
mean,
it. I get it. We get it. It's my hair. Like I tell people all the time, my hair, I don't know what's good hair and bad hair. To be honest, I really don't. And they'll say, "Oh, you got good hair. You got good hair." Hair is hair. But what people don't understand, and what I did not know until I got gray hair, is that it has a mind of its own.
it's very resistant. Yes, it does.
It has a mind. It's nothing like my natural black hair or brownish hair, whatever you want to call it, back in the day. Nothing like
Right.
that. Right
No.
now, I mean, it's not bad. I can handle it. I can deal with it, but it's a totally different texture.
Yep.
It's a little bit more coarser than my other hair, and
Yep.
don't ask me why, but I am not going to walk around here if I want to slick my hair back and put some darn, I won't even put track glue or whatever it is that they use for weave. I'm not going to do that either. My thing is, I'm gonna get some of that, what you said, some
Got to be
gel.
glued.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to make it. Give me some gel that I can wash out
Right.
easily. That's not taking my hair out, and it's
Out.
not taking
Yeah.
from my follicles, and because I can't imagine what her head is going to look like once
My
all of this is
goodness. Well,
off.
and the damage that she's done to her nerves and blood vessels in the head and the scalp, um, really something. Hey, Nick.
We got you, Nick. Get with us. We can schedule you next Wednesday if you like. We can have you on since you're running for council. You can come on and join us next week. Hit us up, send us an email, or send Shanice them a text message or something. We'll be glad
Going.
to have
Yep. Going. You can go on Talk Radio into the messages.
you. Yep,
Message either one of us. Yes.
yep. And
Let's
we'll
do it.
send you the link and we'll have you on, buddy. How about, see how easy that is? This is what we do. This is what
Networking.
we
Networking at its
network.
finest.
We try to make it happen for the people.
That's right.
and you are the people,
People,
because you're
that's
about
right.
to be running for office for the people. So we want you
That's
to
what's
come
up.
on. You come on next week and we can discuss what your plans are and your road to running for council for the city of Cincinnati, state of Ohio. How about that?
Yes.
So hit
We'd
us
love to
up.
have you.
We'd love to have you. But in the meantime, in between time, we're trying to talk about that lady that slicked that hair back with the super glue. Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. That's what we do. We are here only for the people.
For the people. That's
We are
right.
here only for the people. That's what you are absolutely. See, you on the right track, Nick. We didn't even have to tell you. You on the right track. So we appreciate you. And thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for
But we'll
tuning in. Yes,
next week.
definitely.
We'll have you next week. How about that? We'll have you next week. So the lady with the hair, I'm like, I don't know what her hair is going to look like. I don't know what she's going to do. That's just very, very, and I do know, like, and I've seen video of women having weave on or wigs on too long where it causes damage underneath the scalp. And when I say
Right.
damage, it's like hair falls out in patches. And there's some that has even left their weave on too long and they had maggots. I was like, woo.
Yeah, I actually went to hair school with a young girl who had gotten a sew in, and she had left it in for about 3 or 4 months, and they actually had to just buzz cut her hair because they couldn't get it out. It just was too long. So I always, I'm a chameleon. I switch my hair up. Hey, what's up? Thanks for tuning in.
What's happening? It's my friend.
Our favorite, one of our favorites.
That's
decided
right.
to chime in. We're talking about what's up, Otis Wellborn, and this is one of our guys, and
That's right.
one of our favorites. He likes to pop in from time to time, and we like to have him.
That's right.
Tonight
Yeah.
we're talking about it, OJ. We're talking about it. We're talking about everything. We're talking about, first of all, we wanted to get this out the way. The lady that put the super glue in her head. And is
She probably walking around looking like you, OJ.
Yeah, she walking around looking like you. If she ain't looking like you, she will be looking like you at some point. But it's sad, we're talking about the sadness, and then we're talking about we've all made mistakes. We've all done something crazy. But to what extreme has it cost you thousands of dollars when you made that mistake? I mean, because this is costing her thousands of dollars that she's trying to get from people like us to donate to the fund, to the cause.
All she needs is a wig. She good.
Well, she got to first get what's on there off.
Right.
Okay.
And then she can wear the wig. But she got to get what's on there off. Because at the end of the day, Otis, I can tell you, I bet you she'll have some burned skin underneath that once it comes off.
Mm-hmm.
If she doesn't already.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I'm used to rocking a bald head, but I wouldn't know. But I'm saying when it's all out, she need to get her maybe a stocking cap and throw on a wig. She gonna be walking around with new money when it's all said and done.
So have you ever made? Let's not call it a mistake. Have you ever done anything that
learned a lesson?
Yeah, that you really learned a lesson from, but it cost you. And I'm not talking about a divorce, and I'm not talking about child support. I'm not talking about that. Those are things that things happen. So we're not talking about that, Otis.
I know what you're talking about. I exactly what I don't really want to say yet, but I have learned a lesson.
Good. So you learned a lesson not to do that again.
Just do more homework before you make that decision. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just asking the question. The mistake that was made, would you do it again?
Not without doing my due diligence. No.
Okay. All right. I'll take that. We're going to leave that right there. But we're praying for the young lady. We hope that she gets her hair done and we get it in place and all that other stuff. So I'm praying that she does it. I hope she doesn't have any mental issues behind this, because it could lead to some kind of mental issues. Let's just keep it real. If she doesn't have mental issues already, we don't know. So the next thing, Otis, we got something for you since you popped in on us, glad to have you. Chivalry. Is chivalry dead?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Talk to us.
Example. Give me
I'm a-
something. How can you convince me and the people that are watching? What you gonna say to them to let us know that chivalry is not dead?
No, I mean, that's just my style. I mean, everybody's different, but I'm the kind of person that, I'm gonna surprise you with the flowers. I'm a man that holds the door for a woman. I think it's just a form of security, making sure she in first and I get in last, that kind of thing. That's just me though.
Why you gotta use the word security?
Make sure she's secure.
In what
It's
way? Because she walking in first, she could get hit. If you letting her walk in first, she could get hit in the head
I'm
first.
saying putting in the car. I open her door, she gets in the car.
Close a finger or foot up in there or something. I get
You know what? See,
I'm just
Okay, so look, if I ever pick you up, Tuck, I'm gonna be like, the car unlocked, go ahead and jump in there.
I get what you're saying. The reason why I said is chivalry dead. So I'm talking to one of my friends earlier, and they know that their boyfriend has a snowblower. Now, if I know you got a snowblower and you're my man, we don't live together, but I need my snow either shoveled or I need you to blow it with your blower. So you do yours, you do your driveway, you do whatever at your house. You go get it and you take it to your mother's house and you do hers.
rightfully so.
Rightfully so. But you never come to my house and do mine. Should I feel some kind of way? Should I be upset? Should I say you got a brain fart? I mean, chivalry. Would you say that's a part of chivalry? I'm just asking because this actually took place and they still have not.
Okay, so yeah, he might have dropped the ball on that, but give him some grace. It could have been an honest mistake. Could have been honest.
Wait, I just said, okay, we got our first snowfall. Tanya said yes.
Of course.
It's out of order. Now, mind you, we got
So wait. So I'm gonna say two things because here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, how long have they been dating? And then second of all, in any relationship, no matter how long you've been dating, you can't expect somebody to read your mind. I mean, to us as women, it's like that's common sense. You my dude, but you know what I'm saying? Like you really can't say that because common sense isn't common anymore. So is it? Yes, automatically he should know to do this, but would it be a problem for her to say, "Hey, can you do my next?" What's hard about that?
I was just going to say that it might be some circumstances behind the scene that we don't know.
So my thing is, I get this. I'm going against the grain, and I might be a tree hugger tonight, or I might be the
She brought it back.
I might be the tree hugger or the hammer. Take it whichever way you want. But this is my thing. I'm with Tanya. I'm mad for her, and I'm mad because he did not do it, and he still hasn't done it. My thing is this: if I'm good enough for you to come over and eat my food, if I'm good enough for you to lay down and slobber all on me, your little nasty secretions everywhere.
Oh my Lord.
I should be good enough for you to come over and shovel my snow without me asking. I should not have to ask. And it does not matter how long. It doesn't matter how long we've been dating.
Hey,
Robert said maybe he was tired.
Right. We don't know the circumstances. Wait. But chivalry ain't got nothing to do with all that extra stuff to take place. It's either a man into it and he want to do it or not. It ain't got nothing to do with the extra stuff. Because that's like him turning the table.
There you go. There you go. That's why you need to get somewhere and get your phone situated by itself. No, Robert, he was not tired. My whole thing is this. You do it or you don't do it. But I shouldn't have to ask you to do it. And then when I ask you to do it, you get an attitude about it. That is a part of chivalry. I don't care what Otis is saying. That's a part of chivalry, Otis. Then get your phone somewhere and be still because you move. That is a form of chivalry.
So wait a second. So if a guy said, oh, so she can get, it's cold outside and I'm hungry, but she can go make her dad a plate and take a plate over her dad. She can't bring me one. Like, can he spend the same thing on you? Can he say the same exact about you?
He can spend it, but the fact of the matter is, I'm always feeding you. I'm always doing for you. I'm always giving to you. So at the end of the day,
Two driveways, get a brother a break.
Two driveways. It's a
Robert.
snowblower. It's a snowblower, Robert.
That's my cousin.
You really ain't doing that much work.
What up, cousin? That's my cousin.
Thanks for tuning in, Robert. Oh my goodness.
You ain't doing that much work if you have a snowblower. My question is, should he have gone over and shoveled her snow too with the snowblower? Because you already got the snow. You done took it from your house to your mama's house, and then you took it back to your house without even taking it over to her house. Come on now.
Should he? I don't know. It could have been some other circumstances that took place.
But ain't no other circumstances. Would Otis have done it?
I mean, it depends.
Otis. If Otis was dating someone that he really cared about and he really liked, and you guys taking care of each other by any means, whatever, and then the snow needed to be shoveled, Otis did his snow. I'm not necessarily saying it's on the same day either. This could be different days, but it could be a 24 hours in between. But the fact of the matter is, you still ain't did it.
So if that's the case though, well, where's the conversation at? Because communication is key in everything. And my thing is like, you in your mind is like, it's common sense. Y'all together. Hey, he's a guy. You know what I mean? He looking out for you. He should do it. But if he hasn't done it, where's the conversation to say, hey, I thought I expected, you know what I mean, that this would have been done. Why wasn't it? Or what happened? You know what I mean? Like, have the conversation, ask the question.
Yeah, and just because he missed it doesn't mean that chivalry is dead, by the way.
I don't know, because he still ain't done it yet. And then you get mad because I'm with you, Chanice, about the communication. Then you get upset.
Here it comes. Brace yourself. Here it comes.
I'm just saying, you get mad because when you ask the question, well, why didn't you come over and do mine? There were some other words that went on with that, but because they were upset and mad because they thought that he should have came over and did theirs too, and he still hasn't. Still haven't. We had a big snow wind Monday. Yeah,
but it's easy for that to go left. It's easy for that to go left to make an assumption and feel like, because we're together, you should do this.
Hey, Tuck, but again, snowblower. I'm getting 3 inches this weekend. Snow.
What's up, Linda Jones? What's going on? Hey, our favorite people tuning in. See, women know I would have been mad. Linda would have been mad. Tanya would have been mad. My expectations are, if we are a couple, we ain't necessarily got to be living together. Should you have come over and shoveled my snow? You did your mama's, you did yours. So I'm still waiting because you ain't did mine. Chivalry on his part is dead. D-E-D. Dead. Not D-E-A-D. D-E-D. Dead.
Wow.
And should I be mad about it? Absolutely. And I don't feel like.
But what is that going to change? No, that's my thing.
Say what?
What is that going to change? Oh, snap.
They go to tree hugger.
Oh, there she is.
Hey, Ify.
See, I'm with you, Tanya. See, that's what I'm talking about. Nobody should have to ask you to do something for them if you're in a relationship with them.
Correct.
You should want to do it. So
it's not circumstantial either. It's not circumstantial.
What has happened,
right, Robert?
But
what has happened, right?
We can't talk about what's happened in the past. We got to talk about what's going on right now, because my driveway needs to be shoveled.
Right, but something. That's why I said it go back to a conversation. Something has caused him not to. So where's the question at?
Look what Tree Hugger said. Tree Hugger's right. Did she ask?
But let's go back to what Tanya said. You shouldn't have to ask.
For
You shouldn't
certain
have that.
things, you're right. I agree with you. It's for certain things, but this is petty.
If I need to get out my driveway, and you done been
How you
out,
wait? First of all, okay. How you been getting out your driveway?
well, that ain't the point. I been had a boyfriend. I ain't been had a boyfriend.
You bought that house before him.
Don't matter. He my boyfriend now, and I need much. If you gonna do all that, we done been
So in
hanging.
other words, he gotta risk his life on them crazy Cincinnati slick streets to get to your driveway.
How else you been getting there? You didn't complain when you came the other night and had to eat some food or was hungry and some. You got a glass of wine.
Stop, Tuck.
I'm just
A
saying.
hot mess.
You ain't think about all
Thank you.
that.
That's what I said too. If you got, it's a conversation. What happened?
I think we're gonna be buddies this call. We're gonna be
Should
buddies.
I ask you in the summertime? We kicking it in the summertime. Should I ask you in the summertime? Okay, when it snows, are you gonna come over and shovel my snow? You're gonna do my snow. Should I ask you back then? Am I gonna ask you back? Am I gonna ask you in the summer? Or are you gonna shovel my snow in the winter?
It's gonna snow some more. She could talk about it now so that he knows.
Right.
He been fed, Robert. The man has been fed. Been fed. You eat all the time.
This is something that you can easily get into an argument about, because you're making an assumption. You feel like we together. You should be doing this, but the other person may feel like, well, dang, I didn't know I was supposed to. So it's all a conversation.
I'm like, let's go back to Otis. If I meet you, when we get to know each other and all
we're definitely not talking about shoveling snow.
We're gonna talk about the expectations of what we expect from each other. At the end of the day, my expectations, if I tell you I like doors being open at all times, 24/7. I already told you that. Look at Ify. No, you should have been going conversation.
Ongoing.
Yep. I get that. But what I'm saying is, if I tell you, I expect you to open the door. I expect you to walk on the road, keep me on the inside of the curb. I expect you to hold my hand. We talk about the expectations throughout the relationship.
But look, that's not what you said earlier, though.
But then you don't do it.
That's not what you said earlier. You like, what you mean put her in the car first? What you mean security?
I'm saying, if we talk about it, I was just messing with you then. You said security. When you said, I'm like, when she walk in the building, you didn't open the door. Somebody could have hit her in the head. You said security. It's security. How you use security and chivalry in the same sentence?
I'm saying it's opening the door and letting her get in the car, and I close the door behind her. That's making she's safe and secure. She's safe a little bit. She ain't secure till you get in there and sit down and get ready to drive, because now you on the inside the car with her. You might get hit over the head and somebody steal the car and take off.
I'm gonna say this. I think it's easy for her. Like, I said that too, Ify. How long y'all been together? Is this the first opportunity to shovel the dang snow? I said the same thing, but again, it's back to a conversation. Like, you don't know what happened previously. You don't know, how long they've been together.
But why does it matter how long you've been?
Because
dating?
If you're newly
dating 1 week, everything in you gonna come out. And you cutting out. I can't hear you. Everything in you, as my grandma say, it's gonna come out. Whether it come out in the wash, it's gonna come out in the rinse. If it don't come out in the rinse, it come out in the lint box. If it ain't in him,
that's an unrealistic expectation, especially if you're newly dating.
If it's not in him, he's not gonna do it.
That's not true. That's not true.
If opening doors for your woman is not in you, it ain't gonna happen. Now, can you? How long would you allow yourself, after you done had these discussions? How long will you allow yourself for him not to open that door, or for her not to cook, or for her not to do this? How long are you gonna let that go on if you've discussed it on more than one occasion and they still ain't doing it?
My question is, does it make him a bad man if he decides not to do it?
I don't know.
And it's
Make it,
and it's those things a deal breaker. I mean, you fool around and not have no man ever because you making assumptions and think he's supposed to know. You have to have a conversation.
Okay,
but the whole,
Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones got a
what's
good
going
point.
on, nephew?
Shabar, hey, thanks for tuning in. He said
What's up, nephew?
dating and boyfriend and girlfriend.
Well, it is
Indeed.
a difference. It's a huge difference. But the thing is, in order for you to become the boyfriend or the girlfriend, there are things that you need to do to get to that level. And if you ain't doing it, if you ain't starting out doing it, are you going to do it once you get to know them? I mean, you got to start out doing it. If I start out rubbing your back on a daily basis, every other day or whatever, are you going to expect me to continue to do that throughout the relationship?
Yes, Angela, thanks for tuning in. She said, I think it mainly boils down to how a man was raised. Definitely. I know a woman whose man, now husband, would set her out her trash weekly. He set the tone for letting her know the type of man he was.
From the very beginning. He did that from the jump.
Hi, Tracy.
And she didn't even have to tell him why you're playing.
Tracy.
She didn't even have to. What's up, Tracy? Yeah.
Agreed, Ify.
Every situation, you know. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back, Tracy. You know, we happy that you're back. You know, Tracy was out, down and out for a little bit, but she's back. Man trip over once, a blue moon, snowstorm. Sheesh.
I know you gonna fire the man over. You know what I'm saying? Have a conversation like, hey, you shoveled your mom's snow. You didn't think to like we together. You didn't think that maybe I want Amanda. It's a conversation. It's a question.
Conversations always need to happen, Robert Pope. They always need to happen. But back to Shabar, you got to get to that you got to get to the girlfriend, boyfriend level first. But how you going to get there if you ain't doing it in the first place?
But they don't make him a bad boyfriend because he ain't shoveling no snow.
It's probably going to make him lose the one he trying to get.
That's not necessarily. I mean, that's a bit drastic. I mean, if all it takes is for you to say I'm done with because you ain't shoveling my snow, it's some other underlying issues there.
Well, I'm done with you because you ain't opened my door not one time in the last 2 months. So how long am I gonna give? How long is I'm gonna tolerate this? How long am I gonna put up with the stuff that we already discussed it? You know what I like.
That's very superficial, though.
But you know what I like.
It's very superficial.
It's a whole lot of superficial stuff that we put up.
So let me ask you: if he became handicapped and he can't grab the door, does he get a pass or is just
right? Are you right?
So if he catch the door when somebody else open it,
you know what? I'm
no, you didn't do it. If your friend came over, I would hope your boyfriend would not get mad because your friend came over and shoveled your snow. Because let's say this, some men are jealous. They don't want another man coming over doing something for their woman. It's not going to be accepted. It's not going to be tolerated.
If that's his lane.
Yes, honey, the door. Sweet baby. That's right. Sweet baby Chase.
Free hugger.
She asking for a friend. I'm just telling you, if you had a friend to come over, and wait a minute, first of all, would you even tell your boyfriend that another man came over to shovel your snow?
I know, a lot of questions to be asked.
Exactly. Crickets. That's exactly what I thought.
He gonna know.
How he gonna know?
Because he know you ain't get out there and do it.
You could have paid somebody. You don't know.
Listen, you can't hide footprints.
Well, Phil. No, Phil. Absolutely not.
Phil.
Listen.
See what Robert say? Robert says, nope, probably not. Ain't no man gonna come over and shovel his wife's snow. And it's a friend. Not unless Robert know about it. You ain't gonna tell me that.
Not unless Robert paid for it. And the wife ain't got nothing to do with it. Her girlfriend got nothing to do with it. That's different.
Why?
Look, I ain't gonna do it as your man.
Ify talking about why was
to do it. That's different.
Ify talking about why was there crickets? Because ain't nobody gonna tell their man another man came over here.
Who paused?
No, they're not gonna do
right.
It.
Who paused?
We did. When nobody answered that question, I was like, "Who gonna tell?"
Hey, look, I was observing.
I was listening to the whole thing because you everywhere. You cracking me up.
Hey, I'm like Angela. He swear up and down she cheating with the friend that came and shoveled the snow. That's why you can't tell everything.
Because the real question becomes why he coming to shovel the snow.
He could be the neighbor. You're right. You're
Right.
right, Robert. He could be the neighbor, but you would know that. I mean, that you would know that. You, Robert, would know that because you know your neighbors. And you know, if you look out for your neighbors, and I know you do that, you know, it goes, that used to happen in my old neighborhood. Everybody looked out for everybody. You know, you go and you shovel snow for your neighbors, you know, they did that. We did that. But I'm not talking about that. That's a whole new show.
Okay.
We're talking about the boyfriend or if you're trying to get to know somebody, what is it that you need to do and how long you need to go about doing it? And is the snow thing an issue? I think it is.
When was the last time you practiced it?
Practice what? Shoveling snow? I don't shovel snow.
No, I'm saying like the female form of chivalry.
I do it all the time. That's my problem. That's my problem. I
need an example.
I'm a giver. If you say this and say this, I'm a giver, and anybody that knows me and that's real close to me, they know I am. You could mention something to me. You could say something in a conversation that I know you need, and we talked about it. We discussed it. Guess what? You're gonna have it the next day if it's within reason. That's how I am. That's what I do.
That's true.
I do it all the time.
But on the flip side of that is true about her. But on the flip side of that, what you do for somebody, you can't expect that person is gonna do. Like, you're two different peoples. Again, it's a conversation to me. Ify said, well, if you're waiting on a new man to shovel the snow, then you got to be resourceful in the meantime.
That's right.
By using your neighbors, let's go back to what Robert said, by using your neighbors to shovel and your resourceful is another male friend, Ify. Get on out of here, tree hugger.
Oh.
If I shovel 2 driveways and didn't feel like.
Right.
Okay. So would you, so the thing about it is you get the kids in the neighborhood, but then do you feel obligated to call her and say, hey, I did 2 driveways. I'll get back to yours tomorrow, maybe. You know, right now I need some rest. Do you feel obligated to call her? Crickets once again. Should you call her and say, because if she's expecting you to do something,
just like he should call and ask, she can as well.
Listen, last time I checked, y'all got about 8 inches of snow the other day.
And he still ain't shoveling.
That's a lot. I'm saying 8 inches on one driveway.
You taking a brother down
on Monday. So if he snow blow, because you know snow blowing is easier than shoveling.
True.
Snow blowing is easier than shoveling. Let me say that one more time. Snow blowing is easier than shoveling.
Okay.
So if you can if you snow blow 2 driveways, Monday, you ain't did nothing Tuesday, and we get another layer on Wednesday. Come on, man.
I'm gonna call you. You know me, I'm gonna call you up and like, hey, I know you shoveled your driveway. Your mom's like, were you gonna come do mine, or you know what I mean? Like, question.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. See, my people agreeing. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, just for the record, I didn't disagree.
At what point?
I didn't disagree at all.
Robert, you soft anyway, so it don't matter. You're gonna hire somebody to shovel your snow. Period. We know these things already. So we're not even stressing about if it's cold or just feed the man, because you're going to pay somebody to do it because you ain't. So we ain't worried about that. At the end of the day, should you go over and shovel the snow? If the snow came Monday, you done shoveled your driveway and your mama's. Should you go over and shovel your girlfriend's on Tuesday? I'm just asking.
It would be a sweet gesture, but how long is the girlfriend gonna be mad? Or is she gonna have a conversation and say, hey, you know, I felt some kind of way that you shoveled your.
That's the thing. She did have that conversation, and it still ain't done.
Now, in all fairness, does he have any way of getting the snowblower to her house?
He got it to his mama house. Sips wine.
Come on, man.
Hey, Akeem. Thanks for tuning in. He said, hey, I got my workout in shoveling snow in several communities. I feel like Samson.
See what I'm saying? There's always one that will continue to do what's needed to be done. I'm just saying.
All right, well, I'm gonna need you to help me out up here, Tuck. We expecting 3 inches here in a couple days, so
Well, my snowblower is not leaving. I just told you what I do around here.
Hey, he was asking the question. That's all you can do is ask.
People get
right.
paid.
Hey,
People get paid around here to shovel snow. You know, they get paid to throw the salt down.
big announcement
go.
coming soon. Remember we talked about it last time. It's coming soon. I can't say it yet, but it's coming.
Trust me, it is coming soon. And
we're gonna release it on this show.
That's what's up. We'll be ready. Tracy said, what does he want in return?
girl, they always want something in return. That's the whole problem.
There we
They
go.
don't want to do stuff just to be doing it for you. They don't want to do nothing to be doing it for you. He always wants something in return.
Oh, Phil said if y'all don't live together, it's your responsibility.
Phil, okay, so see, I was about to go there.
Go. Well, this is Tug Radio. This is what
Okay,
we do. We debate.
so
We
Phil,
talk about it. Let's go.
If that's your woman, that's your girl, y'all sleep together, you do whatever, she's making you happy by whatever means in a whole lot of different ways. Why you feel like it ain't your responsibility to do something for her? See, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all don't want to do nothing for her, but you want to go over there and get the booty. You want to cook.
Who? You said y'all. You throwing a lot of people in there.
I meant my bad. Phil Penn. That's your
Okay.
problem. Let me change that. Let me take that back. Phil Penn. That's your problem. But they always want something in return, Tracy. We already know that. They want stuff in return, in all fairness. In all fairness, what, Robert? Okay, you were shoveling snow. You need to buy a snowblower. Snowblowers are much easier to deal with than shovels. And that's my whole point, y'all. Y'all missing the shoveling the snow compared to the snowblower.
I'm still tripping on the fact we've been on this topic for like 30 minutes about
That's
this.
what
A hot minute. You know, tough cookie. I feel sorry for whoever you are, guy. We trying to help you out, but man.
Listen, whoever the brother is, we're gonna donate and get you a snowblower.
He got one. He got one.
I'm talking about you, Tuck. We're gonna have it at your house. So
I told you, folks get paid to do mine. I don't need one. I don't
Hey,
need
Phil
one.
said go there. Phil said go there.
Phil already did. I said you want the booty, but then you don't want to give nothing back in return. I said
Oh
that.
my Lord.
that ain't got nothing to do with it though.
Here go Tracy. Tracy says the whole can of worms. Yes, it does. Because if you consistently doing for somebody, and that's a nice, kind gesture, the opening the doors, you know, the paying the bill when you go out to eat, taking the garbage out when you come over without being, I mean, I get it. Those are some things. So if you're consistently doing that, what is your expectations in return?
It ain't no expectations if it's true chivalry. Like
It's either you want to do it, the person wants to do it, or they don't. And if they don't,
that's
it's
why
just a
I said
question.
it's not circumstantial. It's not like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this because she did this. It's either I
Right.
want to do it or I don't.
Yeah.
So, and Phil, you're right. You're a giver. Okay, so what happens if they slip and fall and you could have prevented that? I'm just saying.
That's taking it a bit far.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying. I'm just saying.
That's too much.
that's sounding real tree hug ish. Real tree hug ish.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to help y'all out here.
You're definitely not.
Woo, you.
Yeah, Angela, that's true. A lot of men didn't see a good example. And so that's why I'm saying you can't make an assumption that, okay, you did everybody else's, so that means you automatically we together supposed to do mine. You can't, you know, common sense ain't common. You have to have a conversation. You have to ask the question.
But once again, you can discuss things all day long, but you never see a change and they never make that change. So how much longer are you going to give it? How
I don't
long
think
are
I've
you
ever
gonna
heard
say
that
you-
before.
Wow.
Common sense ain't common. That's different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you like that? I'll let you can use that. You can borrow that.
Lord Jesus. This boy say his wife and the kid, the wife now and the kid, the wife and the kids shovel the snow. He don't.
You gotta, you know, here's my thing. Okay, I'm
I
gonna say
gotta
this.
look-
You
I'm
gotta
looking
know
at
your
it.
lane. You know, I don't feel like garbage is I don't feel like it has a sex on it. If I see the garbage is filling up, I'm not about to be like, oh, just keep piling stuff on there or just wait till your dad come home. and do it. Like, no, if the garbage is piling up, I'm gonna grab the garbage and I'm gonna take the garbage out. It's not a sex role. Like, it's not, this is a guy thing, this is a girl thing. If you could do it, do it. If you can't,
Now listen.
then don't.
Tuck got a list. Tuck got a list inside her house. I'm sure it's got like 30 items on there. And she letting you know she ain't doing none of them. Okay.
I ain't even got to worry about all that. Cause you know,
if
Yes.
you want anything
You're
in column
right,
B and
Angela.
C, you got to do all of A.
I don't worry
If you
about
can
all
do it, do it. If you can meet the need, not. If not, you know, if you're expecting or you assume that because of this or because of that, like, have a conversation, because maybe that person's mindset is not there.
You know, and somebody just commented about gender. Let's not go there. Like, oh my God. That was the last conversation with Tree Hugger. We were talking about, oh man.
I'm just saying, you know, certain roles people say, oh, a man is supposed to do that or a woman's supposed to do that. Like, I don't believe that. If you can get up in the morning and you can get our daughter hair done quicker, go for it. You know what I'm saying?
But how many men know how to do hair?
I'm just saying.
I do.
No, really, how you do? I mean, really do hair.
I mean, I can do my daughter's hair.
Really do hair.
I can do my daughter's hair.
Like really do hair where we don't need the super glue on it. You know.
Here we go.
She's special.
I'm just saying, because I know my ex could not do hair. He could not. At nothing could not. Tried. You're not gonna have my baby out here looking crazy at the head. So if you know, I'm like, let's go back to what you said. Stay in your lane. Know what you need.
Know your lane. That's it.
But if your lane is taking care of your woman and taking care of your man, then that's what you need to do by the means that's necessary.
Listen, that whole glue thing, I don't know what she was thinking about, but I
don't think she was thinking. That's the thing.
Ooh, I'm with you, Tracy. Tracy said, if you can't shovel my snow or snow blow it, then don't expect dinner. What Tracy said. I'm with you, Tracy. If you don't feel the need to come over and take care of me in that form, then why am I going to take care of you in another form? I'm just saying. You both can decide. Yep, you better take. It's going to be a whole lot of surprises, but it's always surprises in a relationship.
So here's the magic. Here's the question: would Jesus show snow?
Jesus did a whole lot. He fed the people with two fish and 5 loaves of bread.
Right.
And he did a whole lot of stuff. So you can't compare what Jesus would do because he already did it. Somebody better say hallelujah.
Oh my Lord.
Already did it. He did it already.
Shanice, get your people.
No
get Tuck Radio.
So let me ask you another question here. So we done hampered on the snow thing. Okay, they got to figure it out.
Let's just let that die. Have a conversation. Don't make assumptions in a relationship. It makes an ass out of you.
I always say you can talk about it, but if there's nothing changing after the conversation, then now what?
What would Jesus do? Tell us, Shabar.
He already did.
Let's talk about it.
Jesus washed feet. Yep. He walked on water too, didn't he?
Yep. So snow blowing ain't nothing.
He opened the Red Sea. So you can't compare Jesus, because a man walking around today on the earth ain't nothing like Jesus.
Jesus would have just said, let it be dry. It would have been done. He wasn't shoveling. He was going to say, let it be dry. Let it be dry.
Ain't in the image of Jesus. Hallelujah. Well said, Sandy. Thank you very much, Robert. Thank you very much.
I don't disagree, Robert. I think you should have standards, but at the same time, I don't think you should make an assumption or assume that this person knows because you're together, this is what you want. Because that'll be an argument every time.
You can't assume, but if you're having conversations and you're consistently having those conversations and nothing is changing, what is the next step? What do you do now?
So you're saying, okay, you have a conversation saying, hey, you blowed your mom's, you blowed yours. Why didn't you blow mine? He say XYZ. So then after that, it snow again. And he don't blow it again. And then that's what you're saying. You have a problem with that? Is that what you're saying?
When is he gonna do it? I'm just saying. We done talked about it. We done discussed it. It's been talked about. We've had the conversations.
Okay, but how far does he live from you?
I don't know.
Why does this make or break it, though? Why does this make or break it?
And why does it make or break how long you been dating somebody? My point. Both of them. My point.
we talking about shoveling snow.
We're talking about a whole lot of things. Parables. There you go. There you go, Angela. Parables. We're talking about parables. A whole lot of things.
You ever seen an interview when they interview Allen Iverson? He's like, bro, we talking about practice. Like practice?
Yep.
Practice. Like, okay, so we talking about shoveling.
Yes, we're talking. Just think about it. We were talking about voting. Voting. We're talking about
voting is important though.
Shoveling snow in the storms and when it's snowing outside is important. I got to get out.
You done. So if you had a conversation, he don't shovel the snow, you done. That's what you're saying.
Does a woman with the sink of dirty dishes make or break her? I mean, shoot, who's gonna let dishes sit in the sink that long?
I mean, you know what? Maybe she had a long day.
But how long has the dishes been sitting there? What's his expectations? I don't like dishes in my sink. I can't stand dishes in my sink. That irks me to no end.
I feel you. I understand.
Dishes in my sink. I can't stand that. Dating is a preview of marriage. Give me a high five, Tracy. Bam.
That's true, but it's not in all areas. That is true.
It should be in all areas because when you get married, it's all areas when you get married.
It's not, because something happens when you get married.
Well, something should be happening before you get married because that's the reason why you get married. Come on, somebody.
Depends. It depends.
Come on, somebody. Because if you think he or she is marriage material, then you got to do the things that you should do and supposed to do in order to become the husband or the wife. And if you're not doing that, your expectations of becoming a husband or wife ain't.
But that's on both sides. And you gotta have grace. Like, you done with the man if he don't shovel his mama's snow, he don't shovel his snow, but he don't shovel yours, and you done. Like, it's got to be more to it than that.
Not necessarily.
Yes, it does.
No, look at what Angela just said. She said it could be an assessment. And see, that's what y'all ain't getting. It could be an assessment based on what they did or didn't do. Whether or not I'm gonna stay in this relationship.
But that's not fair. But that's not fair because you don't want to be assessed in that measure. So that's not fair.
So you saying you would leave a good man?
How do I know he good?
No, listen to what I'm saying. A man could be good to you in every aspect of your life, and you could never want anything. But just because he didn't shovel snow, you saying it's a deal breaker?
But we got to get. If I'm telling you, if we're dating, we're becoming the boyfriend girlfriend. If we're the girlfriend, boyfriend, okay.
We're talking about shoveling snow.
Yeah, we're talking we're talking about probably more than shoveling snow because
I'm pretty sure we are, because it's got to be deeper than that. Because it
could
be like Shabar said.
That could be the tip of the iceberg.
But the way you packaged it, it's like if he don't shovel snow, he ain't a good man.
He done.
Yeah, cut him off. He done. He a bad example of a marriage.
Once again, that could be the tip of the iceberg. If I am discussing with you, we have had mass conversations, the things that I know that you should be doing that you haven't done, and then my expectations.
But then you gotta flip it, because there may be some things that he may have talked to you about that you have not yet done, and because that's just not where you are yet. Extend grace. And get grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, and shoveling the snow ain't his thing. He do it for his mama. He do it for himself. Okay. That's what he do.
We're talking about what people are not willing to do to please the other person. Booyaka. Because they don't feel like it's important. And it's beyond chivalry. Yeah, you get the little small opening the doors and, closing the doors, holding the hands.
But listen,
paying the bill.
I done been on a date and a woman was not comfortable with me grabbing her door. It's because she wasn't used to it.
Not comfortable or not used to it. It's two different.
Both. It sounds like both.
Two different things.
Right. So does that make me a bad guy because I choose to get the door for her?
Well, I don't think she knew what she was talking about, because there's two different things. I mean, she got mad.
Different strokes for different folks, man. Everybody's different.
True. It didn't happen to her often.
Everybody different though.
It didn't happen often on her hand. On her side, it didn't happen. And unfortunately, You could have been a bad guy. That's we got all kind of facades going on.
All right, what's the next topic
Okay,
here?
let's move out.
Right, because we've been killing it.
Yeah, they're shoveling the
Get
snow.
nowhere. I mean, obviously, if y'all paying attention, it's Talk Radio. If you ain't shoveling snow, don't even fill out the application.
This is my whole thing.
Just keep moving.
Whatever you gonna do, just do it.
She said you ain't getting no chicken, no black eyed peas. You ain't getting nothing.
No,
you gonna starve.
It's over.
Just do it. Whatever you gonna do, just do it. It's simple. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. Because if it's in you, you're gonna do it anyway. And ain't nobody got to tell you to do it. If I'm 30 or 40 trying to wait for a man to catch up because he hasn't been taught how to take care of her, hey.
Oh man.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Tracy. See what I'm saying? Y'all don't see people feeling
We
it.
do. I do understand, but it has to be grace given on both sides. There's things you're gonna teach him, there's things he's gonna teach you. There are men out there who don't see holding the door every day, but they feel like because they didn't see that, they want to do it now. You know what I mean? Like there's a conversation they may have had with a lady that's encouraging them to do that. Like it's just so many different avenues, so many deals, so many ways you can go. But just say, okay, you shovel your mama's snow, you ain't shovel mine. That's it. Like
when you 50 or 60,
that's kind of harsh.
There's some things you should already know.
And the way you shopping it, you seem like you more entitled than my mom.
Well, no. Give your mom.
Or you comparing yourself, like
yeah.
No,
yeah.
You did it for your mama.
Because they were fine with
me.
that. No, I'm telling you, they were fine with that. They were fine with that. But the fact of the matter, it was never mentioned, or you never said it, you never called, you never did anything, and the snow's still there from Monday.
But the mom was used in the story. She was used as a part of the equation.
Well, I'm just saying they didn't get mad about that part. They did bring it up, but they weren't mad about it.
It shouldn't even be brought up.
Well, you already out and about. I don't know how far who live away from each other. I don't know.
Yeah.
These are things
because you can't compare the two. Like you go do stuff for your parents. People are gonna do stuff for their parents that it has nothing to do with their spouse. Like that's just it's two different lanes.
I'm gonna do stuff for my family that just it's just ain't nothing you can say or do. Period. The end.
That's what I'm saying.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm gonna need you to shovel my snow.
We're going to something. I can't deal with this. I can't do it.
Okay, now this is another thing. Before we get out of here, and I don't know, we can discuss it. However, as far as the relationships children have with their parents. I was talking to somebody earlier today again. My thing is that who is this? Robert says, stick to your standards, Sandy. Strike 1, 2, 3. You're out of my. Hey, you got to go. Got to go, Robert. That's what I'm talking about.
A list, really?
I throw up the peace
you
sign.
Must be single.
I throw up the peace sign.
Queen side piece. What's a queen side piece?
I don't know, because I ain't never been one of them. And my side
Please
piece.
do not say queen in front of side.
I don't know nothing about no side piece.
That is just so inappropriate.
Queen side piece.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about no side piece. I guess you the side piece to the mama. I don't know. Shoot.
Hey, Valentine's Day coming. Side pieces need love too, apparently.
Hey.
Everybody need love. You ain't got to wait to Valentine's Day. See, that's my problem that I have. Why wait to Valentine's Day to give somebody something?
like blowing in snow, right?
Right. Why wait to Valentine's Day to give somebody a gift? Why do you feel like you need to wait to give somebody a gift when you could give especially if you're dating them and you're trying to get to know them? Why you gotta wait to give them something on Valentine's Day? Let me tell you what happened to me this year. Somebody said, give me a list of what you want for Christmas and at least 5 things that you would like to have for Christmas, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I wrote the 5 things down. Ask me, did I get one of the 5 things off the list? What's the point?
He said, let me see.
What's the point? What was the point?
Trying to get to know you, basically.
What was those 5 things? Knowing you, it was probably a Ferrari, a mink coat,
She want her snow. Obviously, she want her snow blow. That's at the top of the list.
I want my snow blow. My thing is, I'm not a materialistic person. Never have been. I'm a simple person. I like nice things, but I'm simple. You won't see me flashing stuff because that's not who I am. I do pretty well, thank God. But my whole thing is, if you're gonna ask somebody what they want, at least get them one thing that they wrote down. You ain't get them nothing. I'm like, I wrote 5 things down on the list and I ain't got one of them. But you felt the need to get me what you wanted me to have, but then don't ask me to write nothing down on the list.
It was a gift though, right?
I appreciate it. And I said, thank you. I did. And I wear it quite often. And it's beautiful. But that's not the point. Why wait all year to get somebody something?
Shabar.
Right. Those are key words. That's why I say he said, let me see. Let me see.
No. Let me
He looked at your list. He looked at your list. He said, hey, the way that my count set up.
Right. I ain't gonna be able to do it. So let me just do this.
Exactly. Yeah, Tracy. It's on layaway.
He said your top 5 hit different on his pockets. They hit different.
Right.
My top 5 was real simple.
He wanted okay, so I'm gonna put it like this, Annie. So maybe I'm not assuming, I'm not saying that this is what it was.
Yeah,
maybe he wanted the list to try to get to know who you were, your personality, so that he can find something around in that area. You know what I mean? Because some people can't give without really knowing you. You know what I mean?
See, there go my nephew. Get him, nephew. Get him, nephew. I know what you mean, but my thing is, my list was simple. If you're trying to get to know somebody,
it may have been simple to you.
Ain't circumstantial, man.
It was simple. And my thing is, why you waiting until Valentine's Day and then you say, Christmas was the list thing. But if you ask for somebody, well, put it down on the list. Let me see what you want for Valentine's Day. No, that ain't how this thing goes. You get people what you want them to have. She said she didn't take the bait. Said, girl, give me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money.
She just wanted a little gift card. See? Just complicated.
Hey, I'm simple. People just do things that I don't know.
Quite.
Clearly,
I'm not buying that, Tuck. I'm not buying that.
I'm simple. I like nice, simple things.
My man Cantaloupe.
Hey, Otis, you done hung out with me many times. You know I'm a simple person. I got a nice taste, but I'm simple.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
I know what you like. I know what you like. If I had to buy you something, I know what you like.
See, exactly. You've been around me long enough.
I know your favorite restaurant. That's all I need to know.
And there you go, Tracy. They end up calling women gold diggers. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what they call them. So get them what you want them to have. And you should be getting stuff for them all year, Otis. You ain't got to wait till Christmas, Thanksgiving, and birthday. So when Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthday, whatever happens, Halloween, whatever the gift you want to give them, when that comes around, guess what? You done gave all year. They appreciate the things that you've given all year.
Oh,
so
my God.
When that time comes up, you don't have to worry about it.
Give all year?
Yeah.
But you just said you ain't materialistic.
I'm not. I just said I'm a giving person. And anybody knows me, I give for whatever reason.
Well, me and Shanice are looking for your giving.
Oh, Shanice, then you better tell him, Shanice.
She done gave.
I'm still waiting.
I guess we gotta come together and get her a snowblower because it's done got out of hand.
Hey, Shanice, I'm still waiting.
I don't need one of them. Hey, and I know good and well. We done hung out. All I got to do is this. And this, it'd be like, what do you want?
Right. You're right.
And you in my presence.
Hey, she is celebrity. Did she tell you that?
Don't even try it.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm well aware.
She that one kind of celebrity.
No, I'm simple celebrity.
That's why I told him. Don't even put your pen to the application. You hear what I'm trying to tell you?
I'm just saying.
Listen, it could be 500 people in one room with like one TV. She'll walk in and be like, change that.
Don't even go there, Otis.
Did that not happen?
Hey, if I'm coming with that kind of swag, why wouldn't I want somebody else? Why wouldn't I accept somebody with the same swag? Why am I gonna put up with somebody that ain't got the same swag I
you
got?
got the
I
juice.
won't say swag, but it's gonna be they're gonna have to balance you out because at the
Hey,
same
Tuck,
time,
you
like
got the juice.
you know what I
You got the
mean?
juice.
So why
Yeah.
am I gonna put up with somebody that don't have the same mindset or whatever that I have? I mean, why? I mean, that's what I need to know. Somebody, can you answer that question for me, please?
I'm gonna say this: opposites attract.
Yeah.
You can't compete where you don't compare.
Sometimes opposites attract.
Majority of the time, they should.
Are you on mute?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. My daughter is driving home in this weather, you know, and of course she had to call me and say, I'm on my way home because I want to make sure that God's grace and mercy covers her until she get in the driveway.
So in
That's
other words,
right.
we need to call some people and get the salt trucks plowing and
Well, see, that's right.
that chivalry type of
I need to
treatment
use
out
that
there.
celebrity status to call.
There you go.
I got connections up the way from Michigan to Ohio. I'm down 75. I got connections. I got
Okay,
you.
well, we're gonna have to utilize those in a minute, you know, real quick. So let real quick before we get off. As a father in a relationship, if you don't have a relationship with your children, my thing is, growing up, you've never had a relationship. You feel as the child, you feel like there was never a time that you had a relationship with your biological parent. At what point in time in your life do you let the hatred go? Why do you linger on to something? Now you feel that. Now I will say this. My daddy didn't raise me. He was never there for me. Never gave my mama child support. Never put clothes on my back, shoes on my feet, food in my mouth. Do I hate him? Absolutely not. Did I turn out to be a great person? Yes, I did. But was that because he didn't raise me or he wasn't with me? But why am I holding so much of a big, huge grudge or anger or being upset because he wasn't there? Now, this, I just got in, you know, this conversation I was having with somebody earlier. I mean, now when I say, just my take on it, that they are angry, they don't think they're angry, but they are.
Okay, so let me just say that that's a very complex situation, and that I don't even know if you can necessarily answer. One answer is fit all, right?
Mm-mm.
But I think the true answer is in the forgiveness. When you can actually get past the hurt and mend it with forgiveness, then life will be so much better.
It will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
agree.
because I've had some
and
really hurtful
it's
moments in my life, you know, and it's just like you had to get to that forgiveness part to let it go.
It's a big step. It's a big step. It's a big step.
It's a huge step. But see, I will always say, because I deal with these situations like this occasionally and more often than not at all, and to be an individual that went through it and lived through it, you know. And my dad is still alive, you know. It's like, it ain't like he pick up the phone and say, hey girl, how you doing? It ain't like I get a Christmas card, a birthday card, or a phone call to say happy birthday. But I'm not mad, I'm not upset, because at the end of the day, when you get older, you got choices. We all got choices. But if he wanted to reach out to me and wanted to have a relationship with me, I'll accept that. I would have accepted that, and I wouldn't have had no issue with it. But if you got somebody that's consistently trying to reach out, and then you haven't did what you just said, Otis, forgiving them for whatever reason, because at the end of the day, it's two sides to a story. You got the mama side and you got the daddy side. Now, one thing I will say about my mother is she never spoke bad about my dad. Never spoke ill of the man at all. I took my own interpretations and personal feelings about him, but none came from my mama. So at the end of the day, when will you decide that you want to forgive that person and let it go? I got nieces and nephews whose mothers have kept them away from my great nieces and nephews. Won't even let my nephew see his children. Whose fault is that? Who do you blame? So the kid growing up, what do they know?
It's like you said, it's a complex situation. Each individual is different, and at time, with time, and unfortunately, it's happened in a lot of families where the person has either passed away, and you like, dang, I wish I just would have had that conversation with them and just let that go, because it's not going to change what has already transpired. You have to be able to get to a place where you can move forward, and you can't get to that place until you forgive, until you just let it go, and whatever it is that you feel that they should have done, have that conversation with them. But you can't change it. It's happened. You know what I mean? Or it hasn't happened. Either they've been there or they haven't been there. And that's just what it is. But that doesn't stop if they're alive now, where they can be here now and do something different now.
Right.
But for each individual, it's going to take time. There's not a scale you can really put on as far as the time. For some people, they heal and they forgive and they move on. Some people, they take it to their grave. They never do.
And that's not good, though.
It's not healthy.
Brother Shabar said you gotta just, if you don't let it go, it's gonna hurt you. So he said let go and let God. And I would have to agree with that. And I would even go even further to say that if you take the time to look at it, you'll even see a blessing out of it, even though you went through something, because it actually enables you to reach back and help somebody else that's going through that same thing. So I truly believe that everything that we go through, it's not just for us, it's for like other people.
Absolutely. Yep. But not just for the other people, it's for your children and the next generation after that, and the next generation after that. It's a generational thing.
Mm-hmm. But it's all about perspective too. If you don't look through it through the right lens, then it's not you won't.
And then you stay stuck. You stay stuck where you are.
Because you could just have your arms crossed and just be like, nope, I'm cutting them off or whatever. Yep. So
because I don't when I see my dad, he's one of those that want to put out. I'm proud of my children. Ain't none of them never been in prison, jail, or locked up and all that stuff. No, they haven't. But who can take ownership of that? How can you take ownership of that if you ain't never been there and if you weren't there? At some point, it's just like, okay, I'm happy to see you. I'm proud to see you. I'm glad you did what you did. Keep up the good work. But who takes ownership of the accomplishments and the goals that you've made if you weren't there? But I don't hold that against him. I'm like Jabbar. At a young point in a young age in my life, I couldn't stand the man. Couldn't stand him because he knew where I was, he knew where I lived, and he never did reach out by any means. So at one point in my younger life, growing up, I could not stand him. But when I got older, I had to realize, I'm like, why am I mad?
And you just said a mouthful. I mean, rightfully so. With age and time comes wisdom. And so sometimes that's what it takes, a little bit of time to kind of think about the big picture. Like, okay, yeah, I can cross my arms to you, but then I'm thinking about my kids, kids, that relationship. And so, you have to just kind of sit back and be like, okay, is this really worth it? And it's not, because you can't change what they didn't do.
Nope. Because my thing is this, like, Otis, I know you can't imagine if the mother of your children stopped you from seeing your kids. You'd be like, what the, who the hell?
I've been there.
That's what I'm saying.
I've been there.
So you can relate, but then it's not your fault. You know what I'm saying?
And the hardest part is when the kid is too young to understand.
Absolutely. Yep.
So then you got a whole host of people trying to make it seem like they're telling the kid, like, your dad, this and that. But the reality is, like, you have to wait till your kid get old enough you can even give them that information to say, hey, look, that was a lie.
Yeah.
Right.
So I've been there. I know what that's all about.
But then, AJ says, she forgave an absentee father and it was good for both of them when that took place. And then she was able to still help him and care for him until he passed away. So the question is, what happens if that individual passes away before you can even ask them anything or ask them for forgiveness or release it from yourself? as a parent, as your parent, you know, at what point? Because you can wait too late and all that shoulda, woulda, coulda, it's gone down the drain, you know, and it's killing you. And it's going to be a generational issue, because at some point, you reap what you sow.
That's why I always say, you know, it does not help when people get mad at one individual and try to use the kids as pawns because that's going to come back one way or another.
Yep.
Man.
It's going to come back.
It does.
Might think it's cool and cute right now, but it's going to come a time it's going to come back.
Yeah.
And like you said, if you're smaller and younger, you just don't know what happened, what took place, who caused this to happen, and why.
But the kid won't always be younger. You'll get to a point like me where you have to have that conversation with your parent, like, hey, so what happened? Like, why did you drop the ball? Or why did you? And they can say, like, that's not what it was. That's not what I want. You know, I wanted to be there. I tried to be there. I couldn't be, etc. You know, you have to give that person that opportunity, and you're not going to agree to disagree. You know, whether it's a parent, cousin, whoever, like, you have to, like, not let that rule and reign your whole life. Like, it'll ruin you.
It will ruin you. But you have to allow them to do that. If you don't want to sit down and have no kind of conversation with your parent, then guess what? It's a null and void issue. You're still going to be struggling, and you're going to still suffer on the inside internally, because you can't tell me that you go to bed at night and your heart is empty and it's full of joy, because on the back end of it, down in that little corner back there, there's a piece of darkness.
And think about how many people have cut a parent off because of false information.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Telling you.
Been there, done it.
I got two great nieces that was cut off from my nephew. I don't even know. They in the same city, and he don't even know where they are. When I say cut. She won't let them see him. And they're one of them 18, 19, something. They're older now. So you know, they only know what she has told them. That's not good for the kids. Like, once again, it's not good for the kids.
It's not, but the desire in them have to be strong enough to want to fight through finding out the information on their own. You know, 18, 19 years old, like, you want to know, it's time to do your own investigation to get the answers that, you know, you feel that you're not getting. So
yeah, but if you living with your mom and she say you contact them, you're gonna get put out. What you gonna do? See what I'm saying? I mean, it's tough. It's a lot. It's a lot. Tough. So at the end of the day, you cannot hate the parent or dislike the parent that you feel they never did nothing for you, because you don't know
the whole story.
That's right. You don't know the whole story. And I'm going back to what AJ said. If her dad had passed away before she forgave him and they discussed it, who knows how the situation and where she would be right now. You just don't know. She could still probably have that hatred in her heart for him. But thank the Lord Jesus, she doesn't. She turned it over to Jesus. And let him do whatever he needed to do. So it's just very difficult, you know, raising kids that aren't with you, that you are not around on a consistent basis. It's very difficult. It is extremely hard.
I know about it.
At some point, yes, I know, you know. At some point, you know, it's got to be, somebody got to bend a little to make it happen. Not for the grown folks, but for the kids. You got to be a better parent at some point. And you got to learn to forgive. Let's go back to what you said, Otis. You got to learn to forgive.
And it won't always be that way.
Nope.
It won't always be that way. It seems like forever now, but it will not.
And I'm talking about forgiving people in despite of how you really feel.
Oh, yeah.
Even when
that's a challenge in itself.
Well, see, I'm still working. Lord's still working on me, because, you know, it's a couple people that I ain't ready to do that with yet, you know. But
hey, at least you're honest about it.
You know, I'm still a work in progress when it comes to that. But, you know, I'll forgive people, but it ain't going to happen overnight.
And don't not shovel her snow, because you really going to be cut off.
Listen, baby, listen.
Do you hear me?
It's a whole wrap, okay?
I'm gonna need you to take the garbage out. I don't need to ask you to do that. I'm gonna need you to take the garbage out. If you see that garbage is full, even if you come over here and you look at the garbage, you know it needs to be taken. Hey, take the garbage out. If you on your way over here and I know you coming, would you pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm going, do you want me to grab you something to eat? That's just nice gestures. That's just things that you do. Come on now.
Everything ain't for everybody. That's what my mom told me.
That's what you do. That's right. That's right, Tanya. If I can't say a word, I just wave my hand. Just wave it.
Well, in the meantime, in between time, it's Wind Down Wednesday. We appreciate you guys tuning in, chiming in. We got OJ in the building, the Wellborn Experience.
The Wellborn.
This Friday, we're having a ladies' night at Glendale Salon here in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is 230 East Sharon Road. So if you know any ladies that want to come out, have a good time, sip on some mimosas, eat some strawberries, this Friday, 7 p.m.
Come on out, have a good time, relax, let your hair down. Don't put no super glue in it because we don't have nothing to get it out with.
I'm not doing no hair. We go chill, okay?
I'm not doing hair.
Just don't put no super glue in your head.
Please don't do that.
We want you to stay
healthy. What's the inspirational quote for the night?
What's your inspirational quote, Mr. Wellborn?
Yes, right.
All right. Here's my inspirational quote, and I mean this because I got some meaning behind this. If you can't change the people around you, change the people around you.
Well, all right. Some meaning. You heard that, sis. You heard that, sis. He said.
I heard it.
Okay, I'm just trying.
Heard it right here.
Okay, right here.
Mine is what's meant to be is going to be.
Amen. That's a word right there.
And mine is do what you can do. And don't worry about nothing else, because at the end of the day, it's always better to give than it is to receive. And we up out of